Any Pokemon you get in a trade, you can't change its nickname. The original trainer's love for that Pokemon is in the nickname. Aw, how sweet. Obscure Pokemon NPC quotes. In the Pokemon video games, there are non-player characters, also abbreviated as NPCs, that you can interact with. Most of their dialogue is just flavor text, but occasionally they will have something thought-provoking and profound to say. I collated what I think are some lesser-known Pokemon NPC quotes in various Pokemon games. They are so obscure, I couldn't tell you which NPC said it. You would be surprised at the amount of meaningful, or inspirational, or motivational, or even deep quotes that the NPCs have in the Pokemon games. Some of these quotes you have to go out of your way to interact with the NPC again after you finish battling them. Anyhow, I hope you enjoy them! Munch, munch. I am happy when I am eating, munch, munch. But when I don't get food, I am angry. The words hungry and angry are similar, don't you think? I was just reading a collection of observations on Pokemon in the wild. One article addresses a question why Pokemon would go into a Pokeball. According to the article, this behavior is based on instinct. A weakened Pokemon will curl up tight in an effort to heal itself. The Pokeball was invented to take advantage of that protective instinct. How can this be? Is that the kind of power Pokemon have when they're not treated like objects? If Pokemon stay with trainers, they'll be soft and won't ever draw on their true power. Do you think that is true? I've been thinking lately, even if I was somehow separated from my Pokemon, would they choose me as their trainer again? Some Pokemon might think it's safer to live with humans than try to survive in the harsh wilderness. The rail line was abandoned and the storehouses went unused. Then young people with artistic inspiration started renting them cheaply as art studios. If people hadn't been so creative, Pokemon might be living here now. Capturing a Pokemon in a Pokeball doesn't mean you've captured its heart. Now practice, practice, practice. Practicing over and over is the best way to get good at anything. To be good at something, you have to do it repeatedly, day after day after day. You see, practicing is sort of like eating food every day. Unless it becomes something you do without thinking about it, you'll never be good at guitar or with Pokemon. There is no single strongest Pokemon or soul-based combination. That's why it's difficult to keep winning. However, I think a heart that desires strength and strives to grow stronger is a precious ideal. Being protected by Pokemon alone doesn't make you a trainer. It's when trainers are strong because they care about their Pokemon that these Pokemon can also be strong. When you like someone, you try to show them your good points, don't you? Well, I went and thoroughly beat up the guy I liked in a Pokemon battle. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, I suppose you have many battles ahead of you, Pokemon battles as a trainer, battles about how you should live your life. You'll lose sometimes, but I think what matters is that you do things your own way. If you surpass what you've done before, you have bested yourself. Life is special. Treasure every day and don't pass a day the same time twice. Now I'm nothing more than the one who lost his light. But this loss will make me shine even brighter next time. If I think that way, it's not too bad. The only thing we have in common is that we like the same team. But really, isn't that the most important thing for a fan? If you don't swing a bat, you can't hit a ball. If you don't do things, you won't fail. But you won't succeed either. It's not bad to grow up, but it's bad to forget what it felt like to be a child. Some problems you can't solve even if you think about them your whole life. Some problems have different answers depending on the person. Still, the reason I can't keep my curiosity down is this. I want to figure out the truth, but I also have a desire for adventure. Isn't darkness great? It's a space of dreams where you don't know what's even there. Life is filled with pitfalls. If you fall in, do your best to crawl out. You've got some nerve. That's awesome. Just what I look for in a friend. What do you say we trade phone numbers and become best friends? Alright, call me anytime about studying or about Pokemon or about a puzzle or about a gym trick. Even if you don't run into anything difficult, you can still give me a call. I probably won't know the answer, but I'll at least be able to listen. 'Cause we're friends, you know? Some things may be famous and good, but some things good aren't famous. What matters is that you like them. Don't you agree? Pride does not mean acting arrogantly. I'm really proud of what I've achieved in my life. This happened to me once I crossed a bridge. When I was at a loss, the person who helped me was a complete stranger. After all, helping each other is important in life. Everybody makes mistakes, but goalkeepers cannot afford to make a mistake because they cannot score goals to make up for it. How about some fresh water? They usually go for $200 per bottle, but just for you, I'll sell them for $300 a pop. All life needs water to survive, even though it makes its home on land. And all life, having run its course, becomes soil and returns to the land. Thus, the waters of the sea are always connected to the land. What do martial artists serve at a party? All kinds of punch. Breathing, having a heart that beats, that is simple existence and nothing more for a living being. That may be the definition of living, but I don't think that defines life. The experiences of joy and suffering are a vital part of being alive. Right now, I'm shivering. I'm suffering, but I'm alive. Whether it's fashion, playing, or whatever, making fun of someone's hobby is insensitive. When you clean, do you feel like it's never going to end? Works for me. That means I can clean forever, and I sure love cleaning. Teaching is being taught. Children teach me many things, so they are my teachers. Anytime one isn't familiar with something, it all looks the same. Knowledge and education are required to properly judge a thing. No matter how great their play is, there is always a greater play. I am never satisfied with my bread, even though I bake it very well. I always want to make the next loaf even more delicious. The strength to make our dreams reality. The strength to protect what we hold most dear. We all have our own brand of strength, people and Pokémon both. A ship's only really a ship when it's crossing an ocean. Docked ships sure look lonely. With Pokémon and people, treasure every meeting. There may not be another. That's why you have to give it your best during that moment. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. That is all, and see you next time.